videos, this Let's Play, to be a guide of a way to do certain things in the game. I just don't want to mislead you guys is all. I mean, I want this Let's Play to be informative, but by no means do you need to take this as a guide, and I'm not organizing it as a guide or walkthrough of doing specific missions in specific orders or anything. It's just, as far as that part goes, it's just on a whim. Whatever I decide to do, mission to mission. But I hope these little tips about like the books and stuff help you guys during your plays. I mean, that's why I started making Let's Plays, to be honest, is to add my little tips and tricks that I've seen other Let's Players totally either ignore or skip over. I mean, granted, some Let's Plays of this and other games are done blind, so you simply don't know or whatever, but even the ones that aren't blind, they either don't figure this sort of stuff out, or they skip it or whatever, so that's one reason there's another pre-war book, by the way. There's another one. Yay! That's why I started making Let's Plays, is because I wanted to include these little things that at least nobody that I was watching at the time ever seemed to bother to include, so yeah. Just rammed into myself. Yay! And I realize that these ruined books here are kind of pointless to loot. I mean, at most I'll probably get like, I don't know, 20 caps for all of them, all 200 or whatever I end up picking up, but I'm an indiscriminate looter. And then, plus this way, just grabbing every book I see, I don't have to pay attention to which one's a pre-war book and which one's not. I just grab. Because I know if I'm grabbing everything, I'm going to get the pre-war books along with the junk, so I'm just glad that the inventory's well made enough that it distinguishes between different kind of books, so I don't have to. Alright, so actually let's go down here and explore this area first. Stupid raiders got exploded all over the place. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I've had a request for Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption, for those of you who don't know, is a game set in the Old West, the American Old West, like the old Western movies. And it's a game in the style of Grand Theft Auto, where it's kind of a sandbox kind of game. I suppose in some aspects, like Fallout 3, though, it's more clearly related to the Grand Theft Auto series of games. I don't actually have Red Dead Redemption right now, and I won't have it for at least a little while, but I imagine that as long as I keep doing Let's Plays, that game will probably be one of them in the future at some point. It seems like a game that I would be interested in playing. So I imagine I'll play it. I won't give any timeline on it on my Let's Play or whatever anyway, but I don't see why I wouldn't play it at some point. Games, I'll tell you right now, for those of you who are interested in making requests, and you're always welcome to, by the way. I can't guarantee if I'll fulfill your requests, but you're always welcome to make them, if I haven't made that known already by now. But just for those of you who are interested in the real-time strategy games like StarCraft, or the newest StarCraft game that just came out, StarCraft 2, that's one genre of games I'm not interested in the slightest. The real-time strategy games. I'm just not. Plain and simple. It has nothing to do with the games. I'm sure StarCraft and StarCraft 2 are good, decent games, if not great games in at least certain aspects. But real-time strategy games are not my games. I mean, in Mass Effect 2, I had more than enough resource management going on in that game, and that wasn't an RTS. But all that planet scanning and stuff reminded me of the real-time strategy games, and I just don't, personally, it's not my kind of game. I don't have the patience to find any real enjoyment in resource management and building up armies and, you know, creating bases from scratch. And I mean, granted, in games like this, like Fallout 3, there's an amount of patience involved, especially like in what we're doing right now, looting, and, you know, it's a role-playing game, so there's going to be tons of missions and a lengthy amount of time, hundreds of hours probably spent in the stupid game. But Fallout 3, Mass Effect, all these games keep my interest. They're, for one thing, these long games are role-playing games, so they're story intensive. Not so much Fallout 3 most of the time, but like Mass Effect certainly was. And Mass Effect 2, that's why I could tolerate the resource management. But yeah, real-time strategy games, RTSs, are not my games. And I applaud you guys who can enjoy those games, get enjoyment out of it. My brother loves StarCraft. He played StarCraft, the original one, all the time. And I'm sure he'd play StarCraft 2 if his stupid computer would play it, but it's not my thing, so. And I'm a pretty casual gamer, by the way. I mean, I'll play quite a few different kinds of games. I mean, granted, I play a lot of role-playing games, but I also enjoy games like Halo and Half-Life and Splinter Cell. I wonder where I missed that raider at, but whatever. But yeah, real-time strategy is not my thing, so just to kind of, you know, warn you guys ahead of time, now that I am getting game requests in, you know, StarCraft 2 and that sort of stuff. StarCraft 2 just came out, so if you're looking to request that, don't waste your time. It's not my kind of game. I don't really know if there's any other genre of games that I would be like just out of the question not going to play, but real-time strategy is certainly one of them. Certainly the one that I can think of. I suppose MMOs would be another one I wouldn't really bother with. I'm not a big fan of online multiplayer games to begin with, for various reasons, but MMOs in particular, like World of Warcraft, for example, you're not going to see me play, because I'm just not into those MMOs either, but one reason is because they force a... and I'm not saying all of them do, but World of Warcraft in particular makes you pay a subscription fee or whatever every month, and I'd just as soon have a game, you know, buy the game in the box, because they're like $60 now, 40 to 60 depending on the platform you play on, and for World of Warcraft that'd be PC, so I'd just as soon buy the game and be done with it, you know. And except in the case of like Mass Effect, or Mass Effect 2 I should say, where they had constant, I wouldn't say constant, but they had gradual additions and DLC, that's not a terrible idea to have to pay